back to my video series on how to use CanLII. So in this video, I want to show you how to view your results in a much easier way and so that you can analyze your results more efficiently. All right, let's go back to our working example, which is that suppose in a divorce context, you want to find out whether you have an obligation to pay child support as it relates in terms of university education. So we did a search in our previous videos using this this search phrase. We're looking at divorce, so you have the word divorce. Of course, you want CanLII to look for the phrase child support, and you want it to look for the phrase university education as well, and you want the child support phrase and the phrase university education to be within the same sentence of each other. And when we did a search, we come up with 49 cases and one commentary. So now I'm going to explain a little bit more about these tabs. So in this particular search, all CanLII means that you have 50 results altogether in CanLII, and that's made up of 49 court decisions or cases and one commentary article. So you can choose to just look at cases, in which case you will just get the 49 results, or you can take a look at what people have written about this subject. So here in this example, you have one result, and it's if you click on it quickly, you'll see that somebody has written up a summary of a case, Parsons versus Swales, and CanLII Connects is a website, is a part of CanLII that houses articles on the law, on case law, and on the law. So so let's go back to our full set of results. Now what you can do next is you can go down to this tab here, all jurisdictions. If you click down on that, you'll see that you've got all these provinces coming up. And that's because in general, if you're living in a particular province, so for example Ontario, you kind of want to look at Ontario law. But it really depends, because sometimes I kind of want to just leave this tab open and not narrow it down too much, because sometimes if the Ontario court has not ruled on a particular issue, but another court, say in Alberta, let's say, has, then it will benefit you to take a look at what the courts in Alberta have decided on that particular issue. So moving to the right-hand side, you can also sort your results in different ways. So you can, one of the ways that I rely on the most often is sort by document relevance, because CanLII has an algorithm that will give you the most relevant document based on the keywords that you've entered. Now, if you there are also other ways that I tend to rely on as well. And so you can also sort the results by newest to the oldest. So the most recent case is the 2019 case in Nova Scotia, and then it kind of moves down 2018 and so on. So and the reason why you want to do that is because the law changes all the time. So you want law that's the most up to date, and that's kind of a useful feature to use, a useful option to use. Now, if there's going down here, if you sort by the most cited, what that means is you might be able to come up, you might be able to see the cases that are the most important, and because if many judges have cited a particular case, then it's kind of an indicator as to how important that case is. So this particular case, for example, Burgess versus Burgess, it's been cited by 60 documents. So if you do a quick click on that, you can see that other cases have cited, many other cases have cited it. So so that's that feature is useful for you to find important cases. Another useful way of sorting that I often rely on is sort by court level. So what that is that it will give you the appeal cases, the Court of Appeal cases first. So here, for example, you see one Here, that is a Manitoba Court of Appeal case, Aquila versus Aquila, and you move down, and then you got a 1995 case by Ontario, and it's been cited by 60 documents and so on. So it will go by court level. So you will get the appeal cases first, and then you will get into superior court cases after. And the reason why you might want to do that is because you might know that in our common law system, we have to follow what is called we have to follow a hierarchy. So courts at a higher court decisions at a higher level are what's called binding on courts that are on a lower level. So what that means is that, for example, let's say that you have a court decision that came out in the appeal court. The lower courts, like the superior court, they have to follow what the judge, how the judge ruled in the appeal court. So in another way of putting this is court decisions in appeal courts are more important than courts in the lower courts. So there's actually one final way to sort your results, which is it's kind of a new option. It just came out, I think, recently in the last year or so, and it's called sort by most pages. So I have never really used this option, but I imagine that the reason for this is the assumption that if it's a decision that has many pages, then it might be more thorough, as if compared to, say, a decision that only has one page, because that's probably those decisions that are just a page or 2 pages. They're probably just going to be on procedural points, or they're not going to be as thorough, or they might not even be on the subject that you're looking for. So, but in general, I don't usually use this option. I kind of stay with the relevance, or I stay with the newest, and because I like to look at the most up-to-date decisions, and that's kind of where I start. Okay, so that was a very quick overview of the filters and the sorting features that are available on CanLII. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.